Pacheco gets it from the gun. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Christian Benford up to make that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. Buying some time right. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs finish up an excellent opening series. DeAndre Hopkins, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Reed now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Allen setting up play action. Flushed out of the pocket. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Couldn't connect with Amari Cooper. And it sets up 2nd down. Back to the air, Allen. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he goes out, just needed one more step to reach midfield. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bills first down. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Coleman with the grab. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one.
We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Again, Allen to the air. Escapes the pocket. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First and 10, here's Allen. This is complete to Dawson Knox. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly, you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. It's a gain of 7, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Davis. And he's in for the touchdown. The Bills finish off their opening drive. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
McCole Hardman now on the return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. From the gun, P-Ryan. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
3rd and long, and that coordinator decides to dial up the pressure, and they get to the quarterback. You know why I love this call, Kate? It's not just because of the aggressive makeup, but you really dictate to that offense. 3rd and extra long is a great time to blitz, because either you get home like that, or the ball's got to come out way short of the sticks. Job well done defensively.
They'll go. It's Mahomes. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Finds Kincaid. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Bails out of the pocket quick. He's keeping it. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Second and 3. Vacates quickly left side. Connection made with his back deep downfield. And in, touchdown Buffalo. Bass on for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Bills break that tie and now lead by 7. Bass now to kick this away. He'll begin his return from the 11. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They bring the tight end in motion. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Completes this one to Gray. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to offer a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Hauled in by Rice. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Throwing it just before halftime. And forget the field goal, Brock. They reach the end zone to end this 1st half on a high note. Well, Brock, that proved a little too tough to stick to. Turns out it was the right route to get a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, those corner routes can be some high risk at times, but big-time rewards. Think about this for a second, Kate. We talk all the time about the efficiency of a slant route and in breaking, that angle breaking in, right? Higher completion rate, you're throwing something breaking in. You have a corner that breaks out. Obviously, the efficiency may not be there, but boy, touchdowns and big touchdowns can follow when the two stay connected.
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible 2nd half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing here, Allen. He's on the move. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. Working quickly here.
2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 5. Buys time, rolling right. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Allen now on 1st down. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd.
Allen on 3rd down. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for Keon Coleman that time. And now they're staring at a 4th down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential 1st down.
Along this sideline inside the 25. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. It's a 31-yard play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. Again, a run with Piron. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he runs into some big bodies, and he's stopped right at the line. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on
So often we talk about the individual having to move on to the next play. Well, that was a perfect picture of the collective. That defense staring down 2nd and 1 rose to the occasion collectively.
This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They kick the running back in motion. Looking to throw. He's got it to his running back. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. The extra point is up, and it is good. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Reed now to kick this one away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a give to Cook, running left. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of... Again, it's Cook. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Cut near the goal line. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. Runs it in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills now trailed by just a point in the 4th. It's a James Cook touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Allen looking to throw this. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. The tie was just a kick away, Brock. It was just a kick away. Still trailing by 1 now. What do you think? Are they regretting the decision to go for 2?
I think you and I are on the same page. Just by the way you called that, you thought what I thought. Just get this game in overtime. Tie the game. But here's what we don't have, and I think what would be most fascinating is I'd love to hear the coaches that entire drive. I'd love to be on the headsets because I hope for that team's sake it was not a rash decision made in the moment, but a calculated one talked about well before they pulled the trigger.
It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
A second down run by Pacheco. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Back to throw it. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Chiefs holding just a 1-point advantage. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. He's back to throw. Throw caught by his running back. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. A counter give here to Pacheco. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. It's Pacheco again. Into the secondary past the 40. Into the red zone. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get some all-important insurance. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Reed now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Complete to Coleman. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
Setting up to pass. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Trying to push it deep. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it in for the touchdown, down to their last breaths, and he gives them a shot now to force overtime. So there's part 1, Brock. They get the touchdown that they desperately needed. Now, you'd imagine, comes a try for 2.
Yeah, and this might be just as tough as to go get that touchdown they just did because, well, they work on 2-point conversions, but they're difficult. This is also a must-have, though, Kate, if they want to try and force overtime.
Setting up for a decisive onside kick here, just under 45 seconds left. And the Chiefs are able to make that recovery. That should lock up this win. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. New set of downs for him from the 46. A first down carry for Pacheco. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
He'll throw it. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
He'll look to throw it. And they won't do it, so that falls incomplete on fourth down.
50% hit rate on fourth down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate, and that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Back to throw. On the move, headed right. Oh, look at this, here he goes. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
First down throw for Allen. Coleman with the grab. And he drives it down to the 8 before going out. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
So after the incomplete pass, here's second and goal. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Forced out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up third down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout. Buckle up, it's third and goal. Throwing now. And he's got it! He pulls in a game-winning touchdown with almost no time left! Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Bills jump in front now by 5. Bass now to kick this away. Hardman with a return. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close.